Still getting over my sickness. This is a quick review on TNA Wrestling. What happened last night? Highlights. I did like the Rascalz winning. Sorry. Highlights. I do like the Rascalz winning. Talented team. They are a staple of the TNA tag division. When you think about TNA wrestling, you have to think about the Rascalz. So them winning tonight, I am not mad at it. I am not mad at it. The Rascalz, congratulations. Didn't like Heather losing. Elegant Heather losing. What you call it? Let me make sure I can hear myself. Child, let me make sure I can hear myself. Because I don't even want to be doing all this talking and I'm not even. Let me make sure. Can you hear me? Doing okay. This is probably gonna play the ads again because I just. Hey Anthony, how are you? Can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me. Okay, how are you, buddy? Doing, by the way, let you know when I get back. Doing, by the way, my phone's broke. I'll let you know when I get face. Oh, okay, yeah, totally. When you get Facebook, you're talking about. Okay, yeah. I don't think they can hear me. What's going on? Let me click on my video. Okay, they can. Okay. Okay, so they can't hear me. It's acting like I'm not doing any sound. Like it's like not showing me talking. Okay, but I guess I can be heard because I just heard myself. So, okay, I'm sorry to hear about your phone, Anthony. I am so sorry to hear about your phone. Did you watch TNA today? Um, I'm sorry to hear that happened to your phone. I was saying Heather losing, I did not like, but let's talk about it. We did have a 6-man tag team match as the main event. Yes, we did have a 6-man intergender, I may add, because we did have women involved in the tag team 6-man final. So we usually don't get tag teams as the main event. So this was a little different. Obviously. Let me make sure I edit my video, child, so people can come in the room. Hey, hey, hey. So people can come in. Hey, Lucas, how are you? Okay, so let's edit and see. Okay, I am making noise. So I am on here. I am on here. Okay. So we have okay. Oh, this code is getting on my nerves. I wish I didn't have this fucking code. But WCW, I don't think TNA is like WCW at all. I think TNA has its own thing going. I don't think TNA Impact is ever going to be what we saw on Spike TV, but they do have talent like the Rascalz. They do have talent like Ace Austin. Tasha Steele's a little disappointed with the reaction she got. She's been part of this roster for a minute now, so I'm a little shocked that she's barely getting any reaction. I mean, she does have her gimmick going for her. I feel like she got a bigger pop when she was with Kiera Hogan with Fire and Desire. TNA review. But let's talk about the first match. Make sure I get these notes. We did have Moose in here involved, but I do want to talk about the matches. We so let me make sure I wrote down everything. Farts WCW. Okay, the Moose versus Cody Deaner, X Division Championship. I am surprised that the Moose, somebody his caliber, would have the X Division Championship. I did feel like it is good for the smaller people, but if they want to have the large people carrying that belt, who am I to say that they're not allowed to? This is so getting on my nerves. Like I hate all this fucking technology. It keeps changing. But the Moose versus Cody Deaner. Did we really think Cody was going to win? Come on now. He's been part of this company for years now. I think he was still part of it when it was on Spike. I remember he used to be with ODB at one point. Remember ODB was feuding with the Beautiful People, and Cody Jenner was ODB's boyfriend at the time. So I see he is still with the company. So hopefully they do something major with him, like a championship belt. He's been there for a minute now. Mm, um, okay, so I did do everything. Sorry. Okay, save. So let's talk about the next match because again, the Moose defeated Cody Deemer. It was not a shock. I mean, if you were shocked, I'm shocked that you were shocked. If you thought that he was going to win, we did have Mike Santana talking. Mike Santana, at this point, I feel like he may be the new Joe Hendry. Joe has not won the big belt yet. He's always coming close, and then he always does that little pose he does, and boom, boom, clap, clap every week. But that doesn't get him shit. So I do know he has this fatal four-way going on. But I feel like Mike Santana, I do have a little bit more hope for him because he doesn't really lose as much when it's the big time. So I'm hoping soon he gets the belts. Danielle Farts WCW. Didn't watch, don't have access to. Lisa, no. Are you familiar with TNA Impact, Anthony? And thank you for coming. Nevertheless, it's always great to see you. Sarah's love the shirt. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I did get this. This was at a burger place. So I did. What is this? I know it's a hamburger place. Yeah, me and one of my friends. Well, one of my old friends, we did go there, and I did buy a shirt because it was really good. Okay, okay. Welcome, Ronnie. Damn, you. This is how we come in the chat, a little aggressive. Welcome, nevertheless. We're talking about TNA wrestling. Okay, WWE all the way. Okay, so you are a WWE fan. Did you like the crossover at least with TNA wrestling? Isn't that still going on? I thought that they still have that crossover, right? Now we are talking about Rosemary versus Zaya Brookside. I do like Zaya Brookside. What she brings to the table. She is I don't want to say new to the business, but she is new mainstream. A lot of people don't know her mainstream yet. Rosemary is someone that has been with the company for a minute now. Rosemary has been there for a while, so a lot of people are used to her at this point. Rosemary winning is not a shock. I mean, Zaya does win a couple of her matches, but it's not a shock. It was NXT. Yeah, yeah, I realized yeah, TNA Wrestling and NXT were or are having a crossover. I don't really know if we can say it's still actively going on. They did tone it down a bit, which I am glad because a crossover doesn't really feel that important if you're doing it on a weekly basis. So I am glad that they're not really doing the crossover as much because we get to focus on the TNA people on TNA Impact and their storylines. But yeah, that was with NXT. You are right, which I do enjoy NXT. Wesley is one of my favorites. Um, JC a little disappointed. She was with Toxic Attraction, but she's still part of this new group. But she's not even the fucking leader of this new group. She's like still the background player, even though she was a background player for Mandy Rose. So it's like, does NXT not have hope with her? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. This is a different color I tried. It's a little old. 2 weeks, I think, today. So I'm about to get them changed this weekend. Maybe I'm going to get them retouched. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. We did have Jordan Grace coming for the save for Zaya. Jordan Grace will be battling Rosemary in this next pay per view, which is tomorrow. I think they were advertising it for tomorrow on the TNA app. So we will have this going on: Rosemary versus Jordan Grace. It is said that Jordan Grace is already long and gone. She's already thinking about her future, which a lot of people are implying is WWE. So maybe she will put over Rosemary if she is indeed leaving Jordan Grace, and Rosemary can have this huge win on the former TNA Knockout champion who dominated the Knockouts division for a while now. So they do have a match, but she did help Zaya after the match. I really feel like with TNA audience that Rosemary is the most known out of all these people since she's been there the longest, but it's Jordan Grace that is the most popular currently. But I'm glad to see that. Next, we are talking about that tag team match. We did have a nice women's match with them, but we are talking about the tag team with the Rascalz, and who were they facing? Leon and Laredo Kid. The Rascalz always have been a three-way team, Wesley, Nash, and Trey. They always had that chemistry. Always been a big fan of them, especially since they're from Ohio and I'm in Michigan. That's a neighboring state. So I have seen them before when they didn't even make it big. So it's so good to see them and what they're doing. And it's so good to see that the Rascalz are a fan favorite in TNA Impact. When you think about tag team wrestling, you think about the Rascalz. So I'm very happy for them, and I am happy that they got this win. Leon is a young cat. He is a young cat that has a lot going for him. He has no bad showings. He kind of reminds me of Javon from NXT, just a young next future star that is getting a lot of limelight and getting a lot of chances. We did see him versus Randy Orton. We are seeing how Leon is getting a lot of opportunities in TNA wrestling. So very excited to see what's next for him. Oh, okay. What's going on with Jade Cargill? Are you a big fan of hers? I know we were talking about NXT a moment ago. She's on SmackDown, correct? I know she's injured right now. Well, storyline wise, I don't really think she's injured. We did have the Rascals. They did end up winning, like I said in the beginning of this video. But we shall see what happens with them in Championship Gold. We had Jake Something and Hammerstone versus PCO and Sammy Callahan. Um, we did have Sammy Callahan and PCO win. Um, I would say Jake Something is the one that impresses me the most. His physique is very unique. I do know that a lot of people like ECO, but I do like Jake Something. There are a lot of people that talk about him. I feel like was he in OVW or maybe the Indies people liked him, but Jake Something. I wonder what they'll do with him. He is somebody very entertaining. I want to see more with him. They are doing a lot of multi people matches. If you notice, tag matches on this show. It's never bad to have that on a wrestling show, but I just noticed there were a lot of multi-man or tag team matches going on. So I don't know what's going on with the solo competition, but it doesn't always have to be that much. It doesn't always have to be that much solo competition. But I noticed there was a lot of tag matches tonight on TNA Wrestling. If you did not, please like and sub to the YouTube. I post at least 3 times a week, but like this video, it helps. Okay, do your research about Jade. Okay, Jade Cargo. I mean, I do like her. Do we have some tea on her? Is there some gossip we got on her? Um, hey, we like to gossip here. You like Jay Uso? Yeah, I like both Usos. In fact, I like Jimmy and Jay. I actually prefer Jimmy, but I do like them. Yeah, they're one of the best tag teams to me. It's them, and then it's the Young Bucks. So I like the brother dynamic, but I feel like I like the Usos a little bit better. But that is one match I want to see: the Young Bucks versus the Usos. Uh, But I do want to see them compete. I like your hair. Thank you, Summer. How are you? Did you watch TNA Impact? Okay, this is affected crossbreeding, breeding, African and American. Okay, hello, how are you? I hope you watch TNA. That is what I'm trying to promote tonight. TNA Wrestling. Check them out. All right, so where was I? I was just catching up with comments. Oh yeah, we had Dana Luna versus Heather. Heather did not win. She is still getting used to the main roster. She does have Ash by Elegance helping her by appearing with her, I guess. And then she has that manager with her who got ejected from ringside for tripping the opponent. I do know this. She is half of the tag team champions. I can't really say that I'm a huge fan of hers, but I can't say I'm not a fan. But she doesn't really catch my attention. I was more looking forward with Heather by Elegance winning. I do like the blue, what is it, the green and red hair for the tag team champions. I do like that they're different, and there are a lot of people that have styles like that, like them too. So I am glad that they are representing people that have this different styles and colorful hair and rocky. I do like that, and this tag team champions, they're not really memorable to me. I do apologize. They can wrestle, but they're not really memorable to me. But Heather by Elegance, she lost. The only thing I do remember was that finisher move. That was almost like a choke slam slash spine buster slash power bomb. It was just so fast. I say, God damn, she really fucked her up with that finisher move. So her finisher is great. Her finisher is great. I'll give her that. She looks like she can wrestle, but character wise, it's giving I'm bored. Character wise, tag team, a women's champion, it's giving we're wrestlers with no characters. That's what it's given at this point. So I had to go back on the tablet to see what her name was. Dana Luna. Dana Luna, can you please get some character development, Miss Luna? I like the name, Dana Luna. It sounds like something from Mario Party. Dana Luna, I like that. It's like a Mario funky name. But can we please get some funkiness out of you? But Heather by Elegant, she's like a mini, what's her name? Ash by Elegance. Was paying attention to the music a little bit. Is this the same song? Notice it's slightly different, but she's all right to me too. I'm slowly liking her on the TV. I saw Heather at AAW. I go there sometimes, not often, but I do go to AAW, Pro Wrestling. That's where I've seen her for the first time before this TNA Impact shit. So glad to see that Heather is signed to TNA nevertheless. Don't know if this is a character for her, but I guess it's she's trying to work it. So sometimes it seems a little too forced, but she did okay today. Oh, okay. Good question. It doesn't change. The favorite wrestler is always going to be Hurricane Helms. He is the one that got me into wrestling as a 7-year-old boy. I remember I was at my friend's house and her big brother was watching wrestling, and I saw this superhero. This was in the early 2000s. So I said, "Who's this Superman green guy jumping, flying, doing wrestling moves?" And ever since then, I fell in love with wrestling. I've been watching ever since 20 plus years now. So Hurricane Helms, because he's the one that made me fall in love with wrestling. Yeah, so Shane Helms. Favorite, Hurricane Helms. Future Hall of Famer. Saying it right now. Future Hall of Famer. Love the Hurricane. Female, it used to be, oh, I can't believe I'm saying this. It used to be Trish Stratus at one point. Growing up, it was Trish Stratus. I loved Trish Stratus growing up. I had the posters, action figure. Then there was a lady named Sasha Banks that came in my life, and I started watching her in NXT and watching her on the main roster, watching the CEO Mercedes Monet on AEW. So my favorite female wrestler is Mercedes Monet. My favorite male wrestler is Hurricane Helms. If I could say a current male wrestler, since he's no longer wrestling, so you may be wondering who's your current favorite one, who's active. It would be Ricochet. I always like the smaller men. I always like the cruiserweights. I always appreciate that. Super crazy. I always liked him in the moonsault. Rey Mysterio. I always liked him. Was rooting for him when he won the Royal Rumble. Ricochet, Leo Rush, Enzo at one point. At one point, my favorite wrestler before he got injured was Tyson Kidd. That was my favorite wrestler at one point. But I hope that answered. I like a lot of cruiserweights. Mm. That is why I like that Leon guy. See, I just said I like cruiserweights, and I just told you my favorite wrestler is Hurricane Helms, and I used to love Tyson Kidd. But this Leon kid, Leon Slater, you got a future on your hand. You got a future. I know a star when I see one. I know one when I fucking see a star. So good luck to him. Good luck to Dana Luna, the girl that sounds like she belonged in Mario. Nice power bomb spine buster slam that you did. That was cute. Tasha Steeles in first class versus Joe Hendry, Masha Slamovich, and Nick Nemeth. We did have that as the main event. Again, I did say earlier that Tasha Steeles really did not get an ovation. Kind of surprising how long she's been there. She gets the little funky moves, whatever she does before she gets into the ring. She's really good with that. I'll give her that. But doesn't get a reaction. Fire and Desire really got a bigger reaction. Joe Hendry, he is still getting a decent reaction. I want to say it's dying down. His reaction is no longer, yay! You know, they're so used to him being so close to winning, and then he doesn't win to the point it's like, yay, you're back. So that's kind of reactions he's getting. Nick Nemeth. He's still getting a decent reaction for the champion. Who else was in this match? I'm tired. I'm sorry. Who else is in this shit? Oh, Masha. She's getting all right reaction. She's not getting a big reaction. Yay, a women's champion, but she's getting a kind of like we respect you kind of shit. Like, okay, we respect you. You can wrestle. Here you go. We have Brody. I benched 400. Um, okay, that's impressive, Brody. That is impressive. Welcome, welcome. How are you? We do have Phil saying, "Is you trapping auntie?" I don't know. Is that something new? A new slogan that I don't know about? But no, we ain't trapping no aunties up in this stream. I know I'm a little late in the game with some of this slogan. Hey, Gage, how are you? Did you watch TNA wrestling? That is what we're talking about. We're almost done because we're on the main event at this point. But how are you? How are you? Just talk about lastly the main event of TNA wrestling. Joe, Masha, and Nick won. Not a surprise, the babyface won. We do have this pay-per-view tomorrow. What is this shit called again? I'm so sorry. I'm not even trying to be funny. Uh the final resolution. So we do have final resolution going on tomorrow. If you are a TNA fan, it is on the TNA app. It is at 7:30, I believe. So 7:30, I believe, is when they have this TNA wrestling pay-per-view. I kind of was thinking, isn't WWE on Friday Night SmackDown at 8 o'clock? And at 7:30 you have a pay-per-view? Okay, I don't know how smart that is. And I thought they were still, well, I mean, I guess it was NXT, like they said, um, doing the crossover. But I guess if you want to compete against SmackDown and go at the same time or half hour before SmackDown starts, okay. I mean, okay, TNA. But I wish them luck in their pay per view tomorrow. Tonight's episode was out of 10, 7.9 out of 10. 7.9 out of 10. I did like the Rascalz winning. I'm very impressed with Leon, future star. Disappointed in Tasha and her reaction. Disappointed by Heather by Elegance losing. Happy that Joe Hendry is gaining momentum again. Little scared he's not going to lead this shit, that he's going to win the Fatal 4-Way and then he's still going to lose anyways. So it's like, why are we getting so excited for him to lose? So, PCO, okay. Who did I say was the star of that match? Oh, I'm so tired. Something. What is his name? I want to talk about all the positives before I get off. Lord. Something. What is his name? Jake something. I kept saying something, something. His name is Jake something. Jake something was very impressive as well. But I did like the show. Nevertheless, 7.9 out of 10. But I hope you guys liked this review on TNA Impact. It has been 26 minutes, so almost half an hour. It's been talking about TNA wrestling. Um, I guess next year we shall see what is going on with the company and its standing. We have a lot of changes that's going to happen. Again, it is being rumored that Josh Alexander, well, I even think he confirmed himself that he is going to be a free agent soon. So we have that going on. We do have Joe Hendry allegedly already going to the NXT Performance Center, already training, already getting acclimated with the WWE staff. So that could be someone. But we do have hope. We do have future stars that aren't really leaving that we can see a lot of potential in. I don't see the Rascalz going anywhere anytime soon. So that is one thing that is positive about TNA wrestling going on, that they have the Rascalz and they're going to lock them for another year. We have another positive. We have Leon that you could push and make a huge star. So you have him that you guys can market. We do have maybe, don't want to talk too much about the situation. That's why I haven't really talked about it. But hopefully we do have a Chris Bay return next year, 2025. And can you imagine the reaction, the much needed reaction? Why I'm saying needed is probably if he does come back, he's going to be really nervous after what happened. So can you imagine the ovation that hopefully he gets? So we have that to look forward to in 2025. So we do have some ups and downs for next year with TNA Wrestling. I am excited for them next year. This pay per view, do I think is going to be a game changer? I think it's going to be important for the TNA roster and the product. But it competing against SmackDown or going against it or going at the same time, 30 minutes before SmackDown, I don't know how good that is as an idea for you want to do that for one of your last pay-per-view, well, your last pay-per-view of the year. So I don't know why they would choose to do it the same day as SmackDown. But who knows? Who knows? I don't do booking. But life updates. Still a little sick, getting over it, just have the cough, but I feel way better. But thank you for the support. I post at least 3 times a week. It was a pleasure talking to you, everyone, especially you, Miss Gallup or Sincere Gallup. Thank you so much for tuning in, Gage. Thank you for all that commented. Anthony, Lucas. So thank you. Dags, I'm logging off, but I did do a TNA wrestling review. But this is Markel's World, all things pro wrestling news and my life. I'll see you guys on the next video.